Is it dark? Hey guys, hey Stu, thanks. Hey Bill, it's only two of you. That's a bit poor. Who else is around? Anyway, I don't know if there's much to even show you or to talk about. I do have something, which is a bit of a premiere actually. Yeah, that's it. I just spent 10 minutes, half hour on the phone with my mate. Hey James. Mark, g'day. Brendan Gill, hello. Adam Carmichael, hello. Peter Noddle, hello. Mark Osborne, g'day. Anyway, I had a pretty busy week. Same as always. Same stuff, different day. Seems like that's how it works. But I've got a tin of paint. Look at this. Look at this. What I'm going to find is a screwdriver. You would think that someone like me would have about 200. Here it is. Oh my gosh, sorry. About 200 tin openers here. 5's way too many, Bill says. You never know till you try. John Creasy, g'day. Look, I'm going to pop this open in the workshop. It's against all my better judgment. Oops. Don't say that. Look at that. How sweet is that? Dries about that colour. It's sort of a nice bluey grey. It's not dry, it's a little bit lighter in the tin. Has pink tinge? No pink tinge, really. Look at that. Anyway, official roller colour. You saw it here. First, there we go. That's Norglass Weatherfast Premium Enamel, which is a high gloss modified polyurethane, it says, in shadow grey. That's it. Must be the lighting. But anyway, that's the colour. Bit excited to see that. This has already been used for a job this weekend. So there you go. Yeah, awesome to see videos of John. The last one never had enough surface grinding in it, or the one before never had as much either as it could have, but we were working on it. I don't think it's Myford Grey, but yeah, it's sort of similar. That's the colour. So that with black. So basically, a lot of brass in between. So, in a great rush, these bits of tin here have to be painted this colour. Because that's how we roll. Now, we'll see how that goes. I'd like to get that sort of up and done by the weekend, but I still got to clean these up. So I don't know. I haven't got a die grinder. I've got a Dremel, which is a bit underpowered. A lot of brass in between. Things like this plate and this plate all go on the grey. And a lot of fittings, bits and pieces, stuff like that. Don't think I've got a Sharpie, Bill. No Sharpie, or I would. Maybe for next week I'll remember. Anyway, it's sold, so they didn't sell it to someone else because this took some getting, actually, this stuff. But it's a very nice stripe paint, very nice lettering paint too. So I'm going to be using a lot more of this stuff now. I've started using it. I really like it. Really like it. Way better than Vipons, I think. Vipons, on one job in particular this last weekend was a mistake. But anyway, this is pretty nice. And I've striped a truck on this stuff. Might need a bigger tin. Might not either. I've got 2 tins anyway. I've got 2 litres of it. We'll see. But it's an off-the-shelf colour, so we should be able to match it pretty well. I think the colour matching is pretty good. They've got some really nice colours, so might see a bit more of that in the workshop eventually. That's about it. We got the roof on the shed. That was the exciting thing that happened this weekend. Yeah, roof and one wall. Well, we've got 2 walls on the shed now and the roof, which is very nice. We've got at half full already, so it's not going to be big enough, is it? But that happened. It was really awesome. We had a steam day. It's really good. Tuesday, I got back in Monday night. And Tuesday I spent striping and lettering a truck, which is nearly ready, nearly finished, and talked to the guy, and he's pretty happy with it, like really, really happy with it. Like over the moon happy. So there might be another one in it, and we should be finished, and he won't have any problems paying cash for it. So that's pretty good. Anyway, that's what makes the world go round. We have a thing called a national rally, which is hosted by Steaming on the Downs out at the Woolshed in like central Queensland, out on the black soil, like on the Darling Downs. 2025 is going to be a fairly serious big steam rally, and been asked to attend, or asked for an expression of interest on attending. Now I haven't got a clue what it's going to cost to get stuff there and back, because it's a long way. It's a long way from anywhere, which is a stupid place to have a steam rally. But anyway, we'll live with that. Crazy. There's a new video from James P too. You probably should check that out with a mill. I haven't as yet seen it. I saw a link to it, but I haven't as yet watched the video. Sorry, James, but it's on my list. Probably tonight. It's a national rally, and it's about 1,000 kilometres out there from where the roller is at the moment, and it's 3 weeks after Glen Race Timber Festival next year. So there's a lot of logistics happening there, but we're going to need some sponsorship dollars from someone if we're going to get there, which means that we've got to make the roller nice enough to be worth taking. We probably don't, but I feel a bit sort of obliged to do that. So it means a lot of work on the roller between now and then. A lot of work. Crazy amount of work. So that's the next year disappeared completely. every weekend. It's a bit like that. Which is a bit depressing, really, but try not to think about it like that. Anyway, the new jobs come in this week, which I'm really happy about as far as painting goes. Starting to look like there might actually be some work out there for someone. So next weekend's going to be a day going and quoting on jobs and installing jobs. And Tuesday's going to be another day finishing, almost finishing, except the job got bigger all of a sudden than it started. So we've expanded that one. So I'm not going to get that truck finished this weekend, but I'm going to get it pretty well on the way. Like starting to look like it. Now, mate was cruising around. The steam mate was cruising around a scrapyard down Lismore Way, sort of in New South Wales, without giving out too. Hey, Raymond. Oh crap! I dropped my phone again. I'm not very good with that. Not very good with that. Find a picture. Anyway, a mate was cruising around a scrapyard and found and sent me this picture. Right. Now, it says the Austral Engineering Supply Company Limited. Kent Street, Sydney. Sole distributors for New South Wales. See that? That's their brass plate. It would be very nice to get that brass plate. Like, I'd be very, very keen to pick up that brass plate. Because that's the original agent's plate for a Fowler steamroller. And of course, it just happens to be one in the scrapyard. Now, the guy's not keen on selling it at all. And I know our mate threw quite a lot of little incentives at him to sell it, but he wasn't real keen. Anyway, he's given him a week to think about it. So it doesn't sound as promising as it should, because some people, once they think someone else wants something, they just don't, under any circumstances, sell it. But it could be off anything, and he doesn't actually know what it's off. I know what it's off because I've got a works photograph of an engine that was sold by the Austral Engineering Supply Company in Sydney. And the picture is taken in Leeds in England at the Fowler Works. So therefore, with that plate on it, that I would say that they've actually manufactured that. So, not going to let on what it's off, because it could be off anything. They sell a lot of cranes and a lot of all sorts of stuff, but it's off a Fowler roller because it's actually a Fowler casting. So, if at some point he comes good with it, we've got an original plate to go on the other side of the roller, which I'm be very, very happy about, but don't know. Hey Paul, James is going to get camera gear. My suggestion is don't. Buy a better iPhone. That's kind of the way I'm leaning nowadays. There's Austral Casting, as Austral Engineering Supply Company was a bit like McPherson's or like William Adams. one of the big engineering supply companies that sold everything, but they also sold under government contract or main roads board contract. They sold trailer rollers, and 28 of them, I think. This plate's off one of them. I doubt it's off mine, but it's off one of them, and could easily be off mine. I don't know. Anyway, it's kicking around here, and the guy doesn't seem real keen on selling it, and I'm feeling a bit like I should go a bit higher, but I already sent the lads around and made him an offer he can't refuse, and he's refused it by the look of it. So a bit bummed about that. But I've got a drawing of the plate, and I've already made a pattern of the plate, or I've got the artwork to make a pattern, CNC a pattern, and get one cast. So either way. He's had a visit this week already from the lads, and the lads can be very persuasive. But I don't think he wants to sell it, so we'll see. A strange feeling. That's all right, Bill. You're allowed to have strange feelings. So that's where we're at. Not making anywhere near as much progress on this thing as I should be, and I'm not making as much progress as Mark is. But it'd be very nice to have an original like he says. We'll see what happens. We will wait. Watch this space on that. It's sort of pity to know where there is one and not be able to access it. But that happens sometimes. If it was mine, I wouldn't be getting rid of it either. Anyway, that's sort of what's happened this week. Joe's back from his walk. He must be feeling much better. He's been sick, but he must be feeling much better. He's just about got the mill finished. Oh, the surface grinder finished, which is very nice. Looking excellent. So I've got jobs to do still. There's still jobs to do. I had a list, but I took it out on the bed in there. It's a list of things that need to be done before Glenray Timber Festival, which is the next Rollers' next outing, in about 4 weeks, something like that, 5 weeks. It's 5 weeks. It's almost 5 weeks. It's only 4 weekends, I think. Jeez. DJI stuff's pretty good. I'd actually say that it's well made and it's a pretty good product and it's got good software behind it usually. But yes, storyboards and stuff is probably what makes good videos and actually thinking things through. And I'm not very good at that. I'm really not good at that. That's why I can't make good videos. That's why. Apart from that, right, I haven't really done very much. I think I've got a lot closer to bringing in some cash. I've got a portable engine that's got to be picked up and transported and moved and paid for sometime in the next very, very, very short time. Working on that. Yeah, so this job I'm doing at the moment will go pretty well towards that. Gonna make some fire bars at some point too. Off the cuff live shows are good, but they're kind of, yeah, as long as you've got something to talk about, and I really haven't. Got the patterns made for this. It looks pretty good. So next Sunday I might get 3 or 4 of them cast. If I get there. There's also the bits for the cladding that need to be cast, but I'm not sure what's going to happen. Main thing is those 2 plates, which are actually the cylinder cladding plates, sitting there ready to go. Hey, Kevin. Coat undercoat, coated this colour on them and a white stripe around them, and we can put them back on. We can put the drain cocks on after that, and the roller's starting to look like it's going back together. Got to source a bit of pipe for the steam blower off the top of the cylinder, because it wants to stick out a bit further than it does, because the valve was screwed straight in the back of the steam cylinder. And it's all right, but the drain cock lever, this isn't very clear. The drain cock lever gets in the way and bumps it, and it's not very nice there, and it's a difficult place to get to it. So we're changing the valve and we're moving it. Got to sit out from the cylinder on about that much steel pipe, and then because it's full boiler pressure. And then from there it's copper through to the chimney. And then inside the chimney there's nothing happening, so we need to fix that. So they're the 2 reasonably pressing jobs. To get all that back together, then the roller's probably steamable again. But I'd like to get some more paint on the mud hole doors and probably the ash pan and some of those bits. I also got to get a set of fire bars in it. So all this sounds like just things to do, but they're all crazy amount of work. If anyone wants to come and cut me out a set of fire bars, I'll buy the plate. But I think I'll just get them laser cut because I haven't got time. Also got to get firewood to get this thing back out to the road before then. It's another job. Anyway. Christian, g'day. Haven't even thought about that sitting there like an elephant in the room. Haven't even given that any thought yet again. One day after Glen Ray we might get onto that. So got to put some red paint in that. It's ready to go. Probably should do that one while I'm thinking about it, but it might not happen. Got to fix those plates. We already talked about that. There you go, Christian. Just for you, that's the colour. Good tin of paint. Look at that. For anyone who missed it, this is pretty monumental because it's been a while getting to this point and working it out. That's pretty much the colour. It's dry there on top. So there you go. That's steamroller grey, photographic grey, pretty close. So hopefully that answers. Hopefully this has got blue paint all around it, which is actually Volvo blue. So in case anyone noticed, been painting Volvos all weekend. Anyway, that's where we're at. This is ready to go back on, except for 3 half-inch nuts, and we might just give the nuts a mister after. At some point, we're going to have to change them, but it might not be before Glenray Timber Festival. For Christian's benefit, this is also shiny and nice. It's got 3 coats of varnish on it. That should be waterproof and all that sort of stuff. That's where that bolts on, that bracket. That's going to be nice, and it should last pretty well, I think. So that's done. Should by next weekend, if I have a day at home, be able to paint that, be able to paint them, and see what else happens. Fireballs that aren't sorted, I've got a drawing. I know that the minute I send them to them, they're probably going to say, look, they're going to call me in 2 days and say, come and pick them up. And I'm going to have some cash. So I'll put that aside first, and then I'll make the phone call and send them the drawing and see what happens. Can you still get ice Vovos? Don't know. Probably not. Probably a very good thing because they're terrible. It's an Australian cookie. Cookie's probably a fairly broad sort of a description for an ice Vovo. Ice Vovo is square, like a fairly dry cookie, like I guess the American equivalent would be a graham cracker. Not quite. Something like that. And they're iced with pink icing, and then they've got coconut on them, and they've got strawberry jam down the middle. Yeah, strawberry jam down the middle. So very interesting sort of a thing that nobody really. You've got to like pink icing and strawberry jam. Like really seriously got to like that to like them. Anyway, not my favourite. I'm wondering they're still making them. Apart from that, not much progress. It's all roller stuff, and there's lots of progress on the shed. We've got the roof on the shed, which is pretty exciting. I said that before. We're pretty stoked about that. So we've got the Marshall portables in the shed, which means that it can start major cosmetic stuff that it needs to get it to standard that Dan wants it. It's pretty exciting. And yeah, he's working away. He's out at Armadale or somewhere this weekend, so he's probably on the phone, and that's why we haven't seen him here. Marshmallow, that's what they've got. Marshmallow on top, yes. It's sort of iced marshmallow on top. A bit strange. I'm not sure that any of the ingredients in a broad sense would pass for either A, biscuit, or B, marshmallow, or C, jam, or D, shredded coconut. I don't know if that's officially what you would call any of them. If you had to compare them to the actual article in sort of separately, you may find that none of those things look anything like what's on an ice Vovo. But We could probably do a Google search on that. Here we go, guys. That's what it looks like. There you go. They're homemade ones. They're probably very good. Wikipedia has a picture that looks something like this, which is more cardboard. But that's sort of what they look like. They look like toy biscuits. But yeah, like Twinkies, there's no actual food in them. Food goes off. So there we go. It's probably going to be a fairly short live stream tonight, and I apologise for that, but I'm running out of things to talk about. I haven't actually done anything. The big news, I guess, is this tin of paint. Pretty excited about that. That's what colour it's the final colour. I believe that they're still made by Arnott's. There we go. Strange thing, anyway. Don't know what else. I've got a clock that I've got to finish for a friend. That's something that really needs some work spent on it. Moon pies are a bit strange. We have fairly easy access to the Asian version of those, which is a thing, but they're sort of a bit artificial too. Tim Tams are where we're at. If you want something really good, make a sandwich with a layer of Nutella and a layer of processed chicken loaf. There you go. No one's going to even give that any credulence at all, but that's the way it is. Yeah, chicken loaf and Nutella sandwiches are sort of where they are. It's as good as it gets. Excuse me. You heard it here first. Go and try it. It's got a bit of swear processed stuff. A bit salty. Anyway, that's it. Got a watch of mine that needs some serious repair as well at some point. So I've got a watch crown that needs drilling out. It's 0.9 of a millimetre, something like that. Metric thread. And I'm not looking forward to it because it's a fairly expensive crown if I've got to replace it off a fairly expensive watch. But I'd like to draw, and it's also a black oxide one, so I really don't feel like using chemical to eat it out because I'm suspicious that it's going to discolour and then it's going to look crap. So I'm still thinking about that. Oh dear. Tim Tams sell cheaper overseas. That's a bit rough. Anyway, that's about that. I've won way too much puddling around with a paintbrush this weekend to get anything else done, and that seems to be the way it goes. And I apologise for that, but it might pay for some other projects. Really want to sit down and mess with that. That's where I'm at. Now I've got to do something with that at some point. Cheese toasty with kimchi jam sounds all right, actually. I'd go with that. I'd actually try that. I'd certainly. I'd front up to one of them with a lot of expectations that may or may not be met, but it'd probably be pretty good. Anyway, so that's about all that's happening. And I really appreciate you all tuning in and seeing what's happening. There's some very, very good channels and videos and channels coming up and channels that post regular content anyway, which I don't, that you should check out. Amongst the chat names here, should check out Bill and James in the Shed Shop. And Steam. You should check out Mark too. See which. Brennan Gill, you should check his channel out. Absolutely. Mark Shed Talk, you should check him out. You should check out Creasy's Workshop. James B in the Shed Shop, you should check him out. They're all guys that make good videos, which I don't. So, Machine NZ also. Muddler's Workshop too, if you're patient. But I'm a bit slack with the videos. I did get some little drone footage. I actually have a camera phone now that operates my drone again, which hasn't been a thing for 12 or 18 months. So I did take the drone up, got some shed footage, but I've got to put it in a video, and that may not happen. Maybe I should just put like all the short stuff I have in one video if I remember to take enough of it. But I'm not very good with that. Anyway, I've got jobs to do. I really should do some artwork for the top of a truck. And I probably really should have a cup of coffee and go to bed. A cup of coffee is not probably a good idea, but I probably should get an early night. I've got to remember the record button. Yeah, that's how it is. You've got to get the camera out. You've got to have a phone that actually has enough footage on it, all that sort of stuff. Now I've got an iPhone, it might be a little bit easier to get footage onto my computer and all that sort of stuff, so I might just film a bit with that rather than messing around with a GoPro, which is a pain in the... They used to be really good, but I'm not as big a fan as I used to be of them. Anyway, Sunday's Petri Day. Monday is messing around here, putting some paint on stuff day. And Tuesday's halfway to Warner, halfway to Warwick to put some paint on stuff day. And then, what phone do I have now? I have an iPhone 11. There you go, one iPhone 11 with a steamroller. Not a bad phone. What was excellent about it is the price. So I've was a gift from a friend, so that makes it worthwhile. So probably that's a fairly easy thing to deal with. Can't afford a new iPhone, but the 11 will do for a bit. The old one died, which was an Android, and that replaced it. This is ready to go on the sign plate up there, so I'll get that up there on Sunday, and we'll report back. Maybe, don't hold your breath, but maybe there'll be more to show next week. We'll see how that goes. I've got some artwork to put on one of these as about Arina Shire or Gosford City Council or whatever, Gosford Shire Council artwork for this. So that may or may not happen before then too. If I get a Monday here, I can really put some paint on stuff and make some progress. Anyway, I'm out, guys. Thanks for tuning in. It's been pretty short, but really good to catch up with you all, hear what is going down, and more next week. If you like live streams, Mark's got a good one on Tuesday night showing actual rollers in bits, and if you're interested in that sort of thing, and if you like workshop content, go and check out Creasy's workshop. Anyway, I'm out. Thanks, guys, and more soon.